So let's go ahead and find a load to haul in our old Fruhof, pulled by the Marmon 57P. Let's check out the job market. And we're going to grab some computers in this ancient truck that doesn't have a computer. And send it all the way up to Astoria, which I've never been to before. So this will be a good trip. All right, let's jump in. All right, we'll follow our GPS up here in the window. All right. We got another driver hiring area, so that's good. We're headed across town to pick up some computers. I forget which shipping area it is. Just want to let you guys know that for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be using the Fine T669. Which is this microphone right here, which is fantastic, I do have to say. I'm also not paying attention to the GPS, so we're going to have to do a little sneaky action here. Do a little U-turn. It's a good way to see the the surrounding areas, of course, but not really what I wanted to do. Yeah, so the distributor got a hold of me, wanted me to check out this microphone, so here we are. The sound is quite good. You're just gonna go, huh? Okay. And it's also got a dial here so I can decrease my volume and increase my volume, which is super good, especially when you are doing a one PC stream and you don't have the availability to have that second PC to adjust all your sounds on the fly. I can usually set up the sound for the game itself off the bat, but sometimes the microphone can be a little wonky in its getting set up. So having this game control right on the microphone is super handy. Yeah, so it comes with this arm here. Comes with the foam cap. Underneath is a cardioid style microphone. Gain control USB plug in the bottom. It's got the shock mount comes with it. It's a big kit, which is really super nice. All packaged in a single box. I'm a huge fan of white box stuff from manufacturers, which is non-retail. So the fact that this thing came in essentially a white box was kind of oddly exciting for me, just because it's something that I remember when I used to go to computer shows and stuff, pick up some gear. They'd be in white boxes there. This is how this comes. It also has a tripod stand, so if you were doing like a podcast recording, you can go ahead and set it up right on the desk in front of you, like if you had a laptop, and weren't going to have too much noise around, kind of like this steering wheel and so on and so forth. Doesn't really lend itself too well to a tripod mount. Oh, speeding. Yeah, so new camera, new mic, I feel like a new man. So like I was saying originally, this is the Marmon 57P. You can nab this on my Patreon. You can find it at patreon.halfassedgaming.com. I will send you right to the Patreon page, and you can check out what I have on blog.halfassedgaming.com. See what work in progress mods are available through the Patreon if you so decide that's what you'd like to do. There are multiple tier levels there. The basic tier is all work in progress mods, and everything above that is a physical item from Patreon. So it would be a shirt, sticker, and the highest tier that I offer is a fully modded trailer or truck of your picking. So go check that out, patreon.halfassedgaming.com. Alright, so we have arrived at the warehouse. So let us see what we're grabbing here, where we need to pick it up. Where do I get loaded? Let's see. Where's the little icon? It's way over there to the left. Okay. So this shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. But I have been proven wrong before. So we gotta get it going the other way, which we have now. Perfect. Now, I know that a lot of you have seen that I used to have a head tracker, which you are correct in noticing that. I did have a head tracker before. I got the Tobii eye tracker after I had Track IR, and initially the Tobii seemed really good, but it doesn't quite have the same effect as the Track IR, so I stopped using it, and that you have to have it plugged in all the time, and it's based through Windows. You can't shut it off unless you unplug it, and then if you unplug it in the middle of other things, then it really screws everything up. So I just don't use it anymore, which is unfortunate because I think it's definitely has promise, but it's not quite there yet. Contrary to that, this microphone plugs right in and you're off to the races. There's no difficulty getting it connected. It's a plug-and-play device. It's set to go once you get it, which is fantastic. You just plug it in and then you can use the Windows sound area to get it all set up, which I will show you in a little bit. Alright, so we got loaded. We have a 4-hour trip ahead of us. Obviously not 4 hours for real. Let's see if I remember where the lights are. Hey, look at that. I did it. Alright, let's check out our route. Map. So we're going from Eugene to Astoria, dropping off at the Walbert up here. So it looks like it's mostly highway driving, which is good. Stretch the legs on this guy. We're running a 325 horse Cat 3406B. That is the all mechanical version. This is a 1987 Marmon 57P. These are definitely one of my favorite trucks. In their day, they were considered the Cadillac of trucks. You could order them with any configuration that you desired, which of course was expensive, but making it your way was pretty awesome. I gotta say, shifting through the gears in this game is very rewarding, especially if you get it right and you don't have to use the clutch as most truckers that drive a manual transmission do. It is very rewarding to get it right. Which is what I aspire to all the time. Alright, blinker on. On the way, 55 mile an hour speed limit. See if we can stick it right on the 55 here. Yeah, so setup of this mic is a breeze. The mic arm is nice and stiff, still movable, but it definitely stays in place when you get it mounted. The actual mounting device, it's got a clamp to a desk. The clamp is very strong. Makes sure it keeps it in one place, which is good. I noticed with the old one that I had, it had a plastic kind of like a foot on the clamp, and it really hampered the ability of the thing to not move all over the place. And I ended up actually bending it because this is the old one that I had. I ended up bending it because it wouldn't clamp down hard enough, and the more I tightened it, the more it bent the metal, so wasn't really functional compared to this one for sure. It's also got the shock mount, which is this ring here at the base. Like I was saying before, really handy if you're going to be using it around a desk and stuff like that. You don't get a lot of the bangs and booms and stuff that you would get from hitting the table with your hand, or banging into your shifter or steering wheel. It's not 100% foolproof. If I smash this thing with my whole hand, you're going to hear it, but it's just going to be reduced in noise. It's not going to cause anybody to lose their hearing or something. I know sometimes people get that. They forget they're on a microphone and they start moving things around on their desk. If you've ever watched another stream, and all of a sudden it's just like a big blam in your ear while you're watching, it's kind of jarring. So this is definitely something that's going to reduce those events. And there's also the there's the windscreen, which is the foam piece here, but there's also the pop filter as well, so that can really cut down on the harsh noises coming through the mic. So the fact that also comes in the kit, another plus. Alright, we're up to 60 miles an hour now. This is unprecedented. Alright, we're up into 8 high. So yeah, this Marmon 57P, I believe, was originally built by Classic and 18 Wheels of Steel Holland. It did not have an interior, so D3D Designs put this interior together for me, and this was the truck that I learned to animate on. So I animated all the gauges and the steering wheel, all the bits and bobs. So it's kind of a special truck now for me. Personally, it's basically the only one I drive anymore, because it's just something that I built, kind of, especially the interior part. Back into low, going through Salem, Oregon now. It's really cool for these folks that live out west and get to drive through their hometowns and stuff. Being in the Northeast, it's going to be a long time before we get there, so who knows when I'm going to get to drive through Boston and New Haven and New York City and all those places, because that's going to be quite an undertaking to get across the entire country, considering we only have, 8 states now, and it's 4 years in. I'm not saying that they're doing a bad job. It's just, I'm just thinking about the time. Although those states, you know, the states in the Northeast, I think I looked at the map kind of and generalized the area. And I think Idaho is about the size of all of the Northeast. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So I don't want to get off this first exit. But I got to take a right here. It wouldn't let me take a left anyway. Good. Going too fast again. We got about an hour and 45 minutes left. Aside from the things that I've mentioned so far, the unboxing of the microphone, as well as all the pieces, the box was in good condition. It was shipped properly. It's got huge foam padding in there, so no issues with anything getting bumped or slammed or banged or anything like that, which is always good. Always appreciated when things are packed appropriately. Yeah, and I think the sound quality is even better than the mic that I just bought for $140, which I won't mention on stream because we already talked about that a couple videos ago. Yeah, this is definitely doing the trick for me right now. It's it sounds really good. I feel like it's got the full tone of my voice. The gain on the front of it is absolutely key. Oh yeah, and it's got this little mount over here. I forgot to kind of show you this part, but it's a vertical or horizontal mount, so you can, using the tripod one, you don't just have to stick it up straight up in the air. If you don't want to, you can make it come in sideways. You can do all kinds of things with it specifically, which makes it really versatile. Wrong gear. And, you know, it's all about versatility now. You got to make sure that you have one thing to do a whole bunch of different things, which is always important. Value for money is very important. And I feel like that this mic hits a bunch of points. Value. It's about $80 from Amazon shipped. It comes with an arm, the mic, a suspension, or shock mount rather, the vertical holder with the adapter for both the boom arm and the tripod. It comes with the pop filter, windscreen. So I mean, you're getting a full kit, podcasting kit, streaming kit, whatever you want to call it, all in one fail swoop. So it's a great deal in that regard. Quality, I feel like the volume, the tone, the warmth of the sound coming out of the microphone is of great quality. And you know, you can go over specifications of microphones and you can go over all these different things, but you know, having a mic on a boom USB is obviously the start of getting streaming done. If you're still working off a headset mic, you're doing yourself a disservice. So this right here, you know, is really going to upgrade your game if you're getting into streaming, video recording, podcasting, anything like that. This is really should be part of your arsenal. Oh, we got to merge. The back end of this trip has gone pretty quick. We got 34 minutes left. And I already see one of the businesses up ahead, so we're getting pretty close here. Looks like Astoria is spread out a bit. Which is good. I don't mind driving through surface streets. Traffic's pretty light at this time of night. It's 12:30 in the morning. Oh. Somebody's doing out doing bad things over here. I've always thought that this was an interesting part of town right here. This like one way each way separated by the green in the middle. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Stops on the line and then goes through still. They've really emulated real life pretty well in this game. People not knowing how to drive and things. Meanwhile, I'm rolling through a red light. Okay. Alright, we're out of the center of town here. That was a cool little spot. They've really come a long way in this game since its inception in 2016 of how to make things look. And they've really gotten the different towns and different cities in each state right now. I'm curious how much revamping they're going to do in this game. Like, since California and Arizona, California and Nevada were the first two states, I'm curious if they're going to go back and kind of tweak them up a little bit. I know they've done a couple of things in regards to like highways and things like that, but I'm curious if they're going to go further with the in-town, in-city stuff. I think there'd be plenty of things that people would want to see, of course, but like I said, I know they've done a bunch of the highways and things like that, but just curious if they'd go further. But yeah, you can see the storefronts and little boutique places, and then you get your houses, the cars parked outside. So it's pretty cool. Looks like we got a roundabout or a rotary or a traffic circle coming up, depending on where you come from in the United States. I don't know why they have to call it 17 different names, but here we are. I grew up, where I grew up, they called them rotaries, so I've always called them a rotary, and nobody knows what that is when I say it, unless you're from around here. A drawbridge, well, that's pretty cool. There's a boat out there. I wonder if it just went through. It must have, because otherwise it would be red. See, this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff is what this game makes this game super awesome. Alright, looks like we're up here on the right-hand side. I believe I said we were delivering to Walbert, if I recall. You can see my terrible backing skills again, so that'll be fun. Maybe I'll just skip the backing. Alright, let's see where we're supposed to deliver this thing. We'll do play it safe. It's an ice cream truck out here at 1:45 in the morning. What are you doing, sir? Ma'am. Guess it could be a ma'am. I don't know. Come on, then. All right, get the brake on. Have a look outside. Shut her down. That's it. Got our XP. Got our rewards, monetary rewards, as well as how far we drove, how long it took, and fuel consumed. I know some of you were looking for this to be a review of this microphone, which I put into here a little bit. But if you're interested in this type of game, this is called American Truck Simulator. It's about $20 on Steam, steampowered.com. Just a relaxing game of driving, delivering things, short simulation. Check it out. We'll see you next time.